First graders, can you believe that we've nearly made it to the end of the year? I like to do this assignment at the end of the year so that my former students can give advice to new students that are coming in to my class. So today and tomorrow, you can work on this assignment. It's called Dear Future First Grader. And you can see using this paper that you've already got the greeting up here at the top. So you don't have to put a student's name. You're not writing to a specific student. You're just thinking about anybody that is coming in to first grade from kindergarten. Okay, so again, you're not going to put someone's name. You're not going to put Dear John or Dear Amy. You're just going to leave the greeting like that. Dear first grade, future first grader. Okay, so to do this assignment, if you click down to the third slide, I put some sentence starters that you can use to help you when you're writing your letter. We'll do a little practice together now. So getting started on your letter, one thing that you could think about and write to your future first grade student is one thing I think you will really like about first grade. Now I'm thinking there were lots of things that I really liked about first grade this year. And one of those things that I really liked was 1800s Day. I really thought it was very fun to dress up like someone from the past and pretend that we were a student during that time period. So if that is my favorite thing, watch how I could use this sentence starter to write my letter. So I'd take these words, go back to my paper, go back to your notebook paper. If you don't have a printer and can't print this out, you'll have Dear Future First Grade Student, and you'll write the words. One thing I think you will really like about first grade is 1800s Day. Now, I don't want to just say what it is because my person that's reading this letter is not going to know anything about 1800s Day, or they're not going to know anything about Secret Valentines, or they're not going to know anything about the field trip to Conner Prairie. All right, so I'm going to, after I say what my favorite thing is, I want to give a sentence that tells them a little bit of information about it. Okay, so after I named it, I said it was 1800s Day. I put a period. In my next sentence, I'm going to give a little information about that. This is where you can dress up like someone from the 1800s. Now they know what 1800s Day is. They know what you're talking about. Okay? Let's take a look now. I'm just going to move this for the time being. Okay, so you've got that as your first couple sentences. We're not done. We're going to use the second sentence starter. We're going to tell them something important that they should know about first grade. Like, give them some advice about how to be super successful and do a good job. Do you think if they really practice their reading that might help them be successful? Or do you think if they practice their math facts that would help them be successful? Or do you think if they follow directions the first time that they were given, do you think all of those things would help them be successful? I definitely do. So we want to use the sentence starter. One important thing to know about first grade is, and we want to name it. You read a lot. Okay, so now I named it. And now I want to tell in the next sentence why that's important, or like what they could do to practice their reading, maybe. So, well, we read sight words a lot, so maybe we should say something about that. One important thing to know about first grade is you read a lot. Make sure to practice your sight words often, so your reading will improve. Okay? So I want you to make sure that you use both of those sentence starters. They will be on the third page here of the assignment. I'll make sure to highlight them in the Google slide presentation for today, but I want you to make sure that you use both sentence starters One thing I think you'll really like about first grade, and one important thing to know about first grade, use both of those as you're writing your letter to your future first grade student. So after you do that in the body, you'll come down. Here is our closing, love. You may use that same closing. You need to have a closing. And then below the closing is where you insert your name or put your name. That is the signature. All right, that is what you're going to do. I can't wait to read your letters, have your families take a picture, send them to me. I might even be able to feature a few at our end of the year celebration. So I want to hear your great advice and all the wonderful things that you liked about first grade, and try to make it interesting and fun for a student that's coming up into first grade. Make it so they could read it and understand what you're saying about first grade. Make it a wonderful day, friends.